Hey y'all, this isn't a 50 to 50. This is just me talking and coming to, realizations because I talk to myself and the Most High a lot because, I be wanting answers or every now and again I do want some uh, understanding about things in life, right? And so one of the things that I was thinking about, I had heard not too long ago, I guess it was a trend or it was going around that this younger generation is very heavy on disconnecting themselves from their parents and not talking to their parents, and whatever the term would be, I'm not sure. But it all has everything to do, as far as they're concerned, with standing up for their boundaries and protecting themselves because they probably have a parent that is perceived as negative and or unhealthy, right? And so I got to thinking about how when I was 18, my mother and I did not have the best relationship. And I fast forward to here it is now, I'm about to be 50, and I have children of my own who are young adults. And I put myself in my mother's shoes because I had my first child when I was 21, and I had my second child when I was 22, right? And so I realized at that time I didn't know what I was doing. My mother had me when she was 20. And there were so many things that I did as it relates to raising my children because of what I saw my mother doing and what I saw my father doing and what I saw my grandparents doing. And so it was nothing that I knew aside from what motherly instincts that I had. It was learned behavior. Turns out that the majority of the things that I did, if I didn't agree with something that they had taught me, I would tweak it and add my own spin. And as it boils down, what I found out is that being a mother myself, now putting myself in my mother's shoes, I'm so grateful for all the things that she taught me. For a long time in my young adulthood, I felt like, oh, I feel like my mother didn't teach me nothing, certain things. But as it relates now, and even as I continue to do these 50 to 50s, for whatever reason, and I won't even say for whatever reason, the Most High is reminding me of all the things that my mother taught me. I, for so long, thought that I was left in the lurch and I didn't get as much as I could have, or she didn't do what she should have. When in fact, again, as I learned with myself and with anybody, even outside of parenting, you only know what you know. You can only teach what you know, and you only can give and do from the space of where you are. There's nothing that you can tap into that's going to give you more added information, added, anything that's going to support what you're trying to achieve, especially as it relates to rearing children. I'm saying all that to say, now that I'm almost 50 years old, I am so grateful for the relationship that my mother and I have. I give my mother so much grace. And the more I do these messages, the more I say, my mother didn't do some things that would be considered perhaps traditional or what she should have done for me as a child. But I promise you, based off of the things that I'm sharing with you, what she did teach me, she equipped me to be able to go out and gather the other information that she didn't. And so, as opposed to holding my mother to the carpet to say, hey, you didn't do this, or I'm still mad because, or I feel like I shouldn't be talking to you because to a degree it was even child abuse that you didn't teach me this or show me this or set me up for whatever. I'm an adult now. I'm responsible for myself and whatever it is that I learn now. And again, like I said earlier, irrespective of when you learn something, it's your responsibility at a certain age. When you're no longer living with your parents, it's on you. And you can't run around blaming other people for your deficit or lack of whatever it is. And I just wanted to say, I am so now appreciative of the memories of the good things. I think that's another thing that I've been thinking about. It is so easy to harp on negativity. It's the easiest thing to do. But when somebody does something good or I don't know. I feel as if it's just human nature to harp on the bad. And you have to really kind of train yourself to see the good. And I remember when I met my husband, he was always talking about his childhood, how great it was, how good it is. And he's got all these wonderful memories. And I'm saying to myself, this dude got all these good memories. I don't have no good memories from childhood. I used to think that I didn't. He would tell me story after story after story, and he had me cracking up. And I'm just like, wow, man, you had the best childhood ever. Thinking to myself and trying to compare, and comparison is the thief of joy. I was like, damn, I mean, my childhood was like fucked up or something because I didn't have all that. Well, lo and behold, yes, I did. Because you know what? I started to pray about it. And I said, Lord, help me begin to remember the good times, the good stuff. And I did, and I do now. And I feel silly for all the times that I wanted to hold my mother and my dad accountable for not teaching me something or giving me something or putting me in certain spaces as a child. When in fact they did. They put me where I needed to be for me. So I'm just saying, for me, I'm talking about myself. I'm so glad that I didn't get to a point where I cast my parents out and away because I am a part of them genetically. I can't get away from them, no way. And a lot of the things that they do, the way that they do them, I have picked up their mannerisms and I can't help it. And now I'm proud of it. I'm grateful. When I look at my features, I can't get away from them. And I'm just saying that in time, if you give it time, you may develop some understanding. And I'm going to tell you this, I've experienced some things that were basically traumatic. But for myself, I had to forgive why they perhaps didn't understand or help me with those traumatic events. And I'm going to say it's because they didn't know what to damn do. And it's so easy for people to say, oh, they should have, they could have, they would have, I would have, and if. We all have the experiences that we need for ourselves personally to thrive here. The lesson in it is learning to do it, irrespective of what you've experienced, to do it. That's the hard part. So yeah, this is me just saying, I'm so grateful that my generation, a lot of us, we all experience some stuff, but we never utterly cast our parents out. Some may have, but people I know, we still ride with our parents. We take care of our parents, and we wish you would come for ours. Because we are mature enough to understand that we all need grace, and everything has a reason for its existence, even the things that are traumatic and the things that are scary. And for if anybody can surmount those things and come out of them and be a victor versus a victim, that's special. It's hard. It is hard. And it takes years to get to this level. Okay. But I'm here to say it's doable and you're worth it. And you're absolutely worthy of the freedom that comes with recognizing and realizing that we are all human and we all gonna fall short some way, somehow. And I'm just saying, if you could try eventually in time to give your parents a break, and you'll come to learn. And I had an aunt teach me this many, many years ago. She said, one day, everybody that you think hurt you, you're going to thank them. And I looked at her like she was crazy, like you out your mind. But you know what? She was correct. To this day, I wouldn't change anything that happened to me. Anybody in my life, anybody in my past, in my present, I'm grateful for them all. I just wanted to share that. It was on my heart. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. And as per usual, I love you much.